Hey, how you doing? It's Coach Karvell Bailey, and in today's video, let's talk about the phrase positionless basketball. All right? There are so many individuals out here, right? And just the game itself is starting to be converted into what's called positionless basketball. Well, what does that exactly mean? And so the other day, I actually did an interview with my guy, Robert Reed, and my favorite high school player of all time, Marcus Liberty himself, right? So I was on their podcast the other day, right? If you haven't checked it out, right, go check out All Ball Chicago, right? All Ball Chicago, and check out the episode that we did last week. I believe a few days ago, Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those, right? But anyway, in this interview, so Marcus was speaking about analytics and how Isaiah Thomas talks about, that analytics are nothing new. It's just stats, right? They're just keeping stats on different things. And so like the game has evolved, but it's the same thing. They've just changed languages to try to mean different things, but it doesn't. So it brought us to talk about positionless basketball. And when I was asked about it, this is what I said, right? And again, you can go check that out at All Ball Chicago, right, on the podcast. But so I said positionless basketball is true, but it's complicated, right? It's true, but it's misunderstood because people think that you could just go wherever you are on the basketball court. That's not true. So real positions, we know we have the one, or is the point guard. We have the two, which is the shooting guard. We have the three, which is the small forward. We have the four, which is the power forward. And then we have the five, which is the center. That's really the positions, right? So some people just say point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. Some people say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other people may say wings and posts. Some people may say guards and posts. Some people may say backcourt, front court. It's all the same thing, right? However, when we talk about positionless basketball, players should be able to play from all spots on the basketball court. So regardless where they are on the basketball court, they should be able to be effective and be able to operate from wherever they are, that spot on the basketball court. But now when we're talking about positions, you have to understand and know positions to be able to keep the court balanced, right? Because now a balanced floor allows for things to happen. And so if the two is on the same side as the three, then the court is not necessarily balanced. But the term positionless basketball, if athletes just think they can go wherever they want to go on the court, and that's okay, that's the confusing part. That's not true, right? Positionless basketball is really, you may catch the ball at the top of the key, and one or two passes later, you may be with your back facing the basket and the post. However, your position may still be a guard, a shooting guard, or a point guard. But can you operate, are athletes able to operate and maneuver from different locations on the court? That's where the positionless come in. But in order to do that, and here's the key point of this whole message, athletes must understand how the game of basketball works. And once they understand how the game of basketball works, then they need to now know how to play the game of basketball, right? How it works, the rules, now how to play, right? What strategies, right? So how the game works, and then how to play the game of basketball. So those are the two things, right? And when those individuals know the game, know how to play the game, know how the game works, know how to play the game, now they can be effective from any position on the court, hence positionless basketball. But if the player only knows how to shoot from outside, and then when they get near the rim on a post or a short post, mid post, high post, whatever that may be, they don't know what to do. or those same players that may play in those post positions, now when they get on the perimeter, they don't know what to do because they've only been taught how to play the game from one position. Yet we say it's positionless basketball, right? So those players that are the most effective are able to play and be effective from different areas on the court. All right, so I hope that makes sense, right? Positionless basketball is true, but it's complicated and it's confusing. And so athletes should be able to learn the game of basketball, not just play the game of basketball. Because once they learn the game, then they can be effective from any spot on the court. And some people just get spots confused with positions. But those are two totally different things. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it makes sense, right? If you're an athlete, right, wants to or feel as though they are a positional, this is positionless basketball and they are a positionless player, right? They still have to define themselves as something and then create around that, right? Because if you don't identify with being a point guard, a shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, or even a post and a perimeter player, they have to identify with one of those things and then make the best of it with knowing the game and knowing how to play the game. All right, so again, this is Coach Karvell Bailey. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Coach Karvell Bailey. And for the parents of high school athletes, they're still looking to get recruited, right? But they're not 5-star athletes. I have a special video for you. All you got to do is just go to BeTheRightRecruit.com or click the link if it's somewhere around here, maybe in the comments somewhere, and go check out that video. All right, positionless basketball. It's sort of true, but it's complicated and it's confusing. The real deal, athletes should learn how to play the game from all areas. Those are the ones that get success. All right, Coach Karvell Bailey.